Hi, my name is Shelley Sanders. I am a psychic medium and business intuitive, and welcome to Spiritual Sunday. So, I am so excited to be here with you today because today we are talking about clairaudience and how to turn it on. But before I do go into that, please do me a favor and like the page so you'll know when I'm going live. And then also share so that we can help as many people as we can. So here's the thing, I'm so excited because I'm live with you here on Facebook and I'm also live on Instagram at the same time. So let's jump in and talk about our topic and how to turn on clairaudience. So the great thing about clairaudience is something that you're already born with. And as you're born with it, and so you're naturally able to hear information and guidance that comes for you through to you from the other side. The thing is that you tend to generally dismiss it. You'll push it to the side, like you might say to yourself, "Hey, I'm hearing things. Maybe this isn't for me." I'm sure that there's been a time where maybe you've been driving and maybe you were in traffic and you just kind of heard maybe to take the next exit and you ignored the information and then you got caught up in traffic and you're just like, oh man, why didn't I listen to myself? Okay, so that was your clairaudience turning on. You might have been in a room by yourself where you've heard someone say your name and then you turn around, you didn't see anybody. So then in your mind, you're saying, oh, I must be hearing things. But that was actually your clairaudience that turned on. Hey, Calico555. Hey, Deb. It's so good to see you here. Welcome. So the reason why it's so important that you do want to turn your clairaudience is it can help you in a time where you're really stressed out and you're going through some things. Because let's face it, with our mind, it can really take you off course and it can absolutely scare you. So I can remember when there was a time in my life where I went through a period where there was a lot of things breaking. So my car had broke down, and I had two catalytic converters. So if you know anything about cars, that is very expensive to fix. In that same week, the pipes broke in my upstairs bathroom. It broke in the kitchen, and the pipes also broke outside. So I was looking at so much money going out that when I did my budget, more money was going out than money was coming in. And I was so stressed out at the time. So I did have someone that said, you know what, don't worry about it. You can borrow money. But the thing was, is that I had so much money already accounted for that I couldn't afford to pay it back. So the thing was, so as I was standing at my kitchen sink and I was just so stressed out and my mind started to spin. So again, it takes us in the worst case scenario, right? So my mind was saying to me, you're not going to be able to pay your bills. You're not going to be able to keep up with things. You're going to lose everything. So as my mind was spinning, I heard clairaudiently come through, uh, get a second job. That way you don't have to pay back the money. And I thought, oh my God, that's a great idea. So there was a Target that was opening up at the time. It had just opened and it was right before Thanksgiving. And so now was confession time because I had to go to my boss and let him know what was happening with me financially. And I said, hey, look, this is going on. I'm going to be working the second job for a while, but I just want to let you know, just in case someone sees me and then they bring it to your attention. And he was like, cool, no problem. Hey, it's so good to see you. Hey, Martha. Hey, Paula. So great to see you. Thank you. Welcome. Come on in and share this with everybody. So, we're talking about clairaudience and how it can help you. So, during this time, I had went through orientation, and the HR lady said, if you want, you can stay and we'll pay you for 8 hours. If not, you can start working full time the next day, which is Saturday. So I called up my boss and I said, you know what? I know that I said I'll be in around 9, but do you mind if, I stay here and I work 8 hours? So the thing about Spirit is they will line you up with some people that will absolutely help you. And he was like, cool, no problem. So they threw me right on the floor and I worked 8 hours and I was able to get that money that I needed in order to help me out. So the reason why I share this story with you is right now we're in the midst of a pandemic, right? We're in the midst of there's some uncertainty going on about your money. Maybe you've been furloughed where you're working one day less. You could have gotten like maybe a 10% cut. You might be okay, but maybe you're concerned about what's happening. And so what's going on is as your mind is stressing out, it causes you to where you can't get a good night's sleep. And so when your clairaudience is on, your spirit team is able to come through with guidance. So no matter what happens, you'll know that you'll be okay. So just because you're connected to your spirit team does not mean that you're not going to experience ups and downs in life, right? So we have to be realistic about that. There's highs and there's lows in life. But the thing is, when you're with your spirit team and they're communicating with you, those lows aren't as low because by yourself on your own, your mind chatter is going to take you down a rabbit hole and it's going to be really tough to get out of it. Thanks so much for the hearts, guys. Absolutely love it. So, one way to start turning on your clairaudience is by, just trusting that it's going to happen. Set the intention that it will. And then as you start hearing things, acknowledge it because what we focus on begins to grow. The thing that turns it off is when you doubt it. As you doubt it, you push it away. So your mind is naturally going to say, I'm hearing things, my mind is playing tricks on me. No, allow it to happen. And the thing is that you don't want to force it because when you force it, it can be really difficult. So I had got to the point where, my clairvoyance, my clear seeing was on, and my clairsentience, clear feeling was on, but I really wanted my clairaudience to turn on because I was really tired of playing charades with my spirit team at this point. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. And when it turns on, it turns on. Well, for me, it had turned on when I was in the car, but I didn't realize that it turned on. So this can happen for you too. Like you might be starting to get information, but you're just not sure what's happening. So as I was driving and I was on my way to work, I heard, take the next exit. Now, this isn't registering at the time, and so I'm speaking out and answering out loud of there's cars next to me, there's too much traffic, I can't take the next exit. Then about a minute later, I heard you can get over now. And then when I looked to the side, the cars that were next to me were now behind me. So I take the next exit and I'm speeding because I don't want to be late for work. Then I hear, slow down, cops ahead. So as I start to slow down, I turn the corner, I look to the right, there's a motorcycle officer and he's giving someone a ticket. I'm like, oh. I continue driving and I look to the left, there's another motorcycle officer and he's giving someone else a ticket. And then when I get down to the bottom of the hill, I notice two black and white cars. They make a turn and they're now going up the hill. And at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, my clairaudience is on. And not only is it on, they're giving me information ahead of time. I started celebrating in my car right there immediately. I'm sure the driver next to me thought this lady has lost her mind because she is like, woo, like in my car just celebrating because I knew that there was help and I was going to get a lot more help. So this is what I want to share with you is that it is on and that you have it. It's just about being patient with it, working with it, and allowing it to come through. So there's no need for you to struggle by yourself. There's no need to allow your mind chatter to take you down a rabbit hole and stress you out when you have a spirit team that can see things ahead and guide you through. So it's very similar to, having your GPS on when you're in a foreign city, a different city, right? You always turn on your GPS so that you don't get lost. So your spirit team is your GPS, and when you allow them to come in and help you out clairaudiently, they may say, "Hey, accident ahead or detour ahead," but you're still on the fastest route. They will guide you around and they will bring through solutions, and then they will also help to set up people in situations to help you for your best and highest good. So I just want to check in with you guys, like if you have any questions about clairaudience, if there's anything that I can clear up for you. Have you been hearing anything and maybe ignoring it or talking yourself out of it? Be sure to share with me in the chat and just let me know, how are you receiving this information and if you have any questions. One thing that my guides love to do is they'll play songs. So if you hear music, that's also them. And the way that you hear clairaudiently is with your inner ear. So when you're reading to yourself silently, as you hear the words, it's the same way that your guides are communicating with you. You start to hear it. So Martha is saying, I'm trying to listen more, be more. Okay, that's great. So it's really about being in the moment. So as you hear something, acknowledge it right away because what we focus on expands and it grows. So every time you're like, oh my gosh, I just heard something and you get really excited about it, it's like, okay, now your mind will start to move out of the way and then it doesn't need to like throw up a flag or throw up a, no, I'm not going to let it in. It starts to relax. Okay, so Tracy is saying, what is the difference between your own thoughts and clairaudient? Perfect. I'm so glad you asked this question. So you'll know when it's your own thoughts or your ego. So when it's ourself, it tends to be negative. It tends to be a lot more smaller. It tells you what you can't do. That'll never happen. You got to give up. So in my case of when I was stressed out about everything breaking down, it's like, oh my gosh, you're not going to be able to pay your bills. You're going to lose everything. That's your own thoughts making you afraid. When it's your clairaudience, when it's your spirit team, it's all about help, it's all about support, it's all about love. So that's when they came through and said, get a second job, then that way you don't have to pay the money back. So your spirit team will never talk down to you. They won't make you feel stupid. They won't give you an I told you so. They'll even help you as far as a relationship if you want to know if someone's right for you. They've done it for me where I wanted to date with someone and I heard them clearly say he's not the one, but I did it anyway. I paid the price. I went to them and I'm like, hey, I need your help getting out of this. And then they helped me with that. Let's see. Paula's saying is I hear ringing in my ears whenever I ask spirit or ancestors questions, but no voices. So, Paula, just go ahead and set the intention that you'll be able to hear the information. And so, as you relax, I bet you. So, what I'm hearing for you clairaudiently is they're talking a lot to you between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Because during our day, we are so busy. There's so much going on. We have technology, we got TV, we got kids, we got work. So there's so much going on that you can't hear them. So if they should wake you up between 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., just have paper and pen next to your bedside table and then write down any messages that they give you because I guarantee you, you will not remember it. I've been through this. So just set the intention that you'll be able to hear them, and it'll go beyond the ringing, and then you'll see that it'll start to open and flower up for you. Is what I hear. Shanice says yes, amen, yes. Anything over here? Let's see our Instagram friends. Do you have any questions? Okay, so let's see. Paula says thank you. You are absolutely welcome. Thank you. So I'm so excited. So not is it important to open up the clairs. I just want to let you guys know that this Wednesday, July 29th, I do have a free masterclass, which is third eye opening. So this is all about your sixth chakra, and this is opening up your clairvoyance. So now you can start to see images that spirit is giving you. So that's another way of communicating. And I know that some of you have already registered, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Debbie says, thank you for sharing. And that she loves the knowledge. Well, thank you. And AMC Ga also says, thank you. Great information. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Shani says, the ringing in your ears are spirit talking to you. And let's see. Tracy says, that's exactly the time I see spirit, have vivid dreams, and know I need to take action. Learning to trust the information is the hardest part. You know what? That's so true, right? Because how many times have we trust someone or something and it failed us? And then our mind will try to protect us, to throw up a wall and say, don't trust, you can't depend on anyone, right? So what spirit is all about trust, and the more that you trust, the more they come through with information. Great. Oh yeah, Martha says that she registered for the third eye opening masterclass. Can't wait. I can't wait either. I got so much great information for you guys. We're going to have so much fun. I'm going to share with you some simple techniques to open your third eye, and we're going to also take you through a meditation, and then we're going to open up the lines to talk to you and see what your experience was all about. So this is like a master class like no other, because most when you join, you can't talk or you can't share your experience. So this is all about you, and we're gonna, even if we can't hear your voice, you're gonna be able to type in the comments, and we're gonna have a great time. So let's see. The link to join us is Third Eye Opening, 3rdiopening.eventbrite.com, and that's how you can join us here. Um, so yeah, so actually, we're going to be meeting up on Zoom. So as soon as you register, you're going to be getting some emails, and I'm sure that you've already seen some emails, Martha, come through, just to let you know how to join us. So super excited. Shanice says that you've been trying so long and it's so hard to open up. You know what? I can absolutely relate to that. And I'm going to be honest with you. The time for me when I opened up is when I threw up my hands and I'm like, that's it. I'm just going to just give up. I'm not going to force it anymore. And when it happens, it happens. And because I stopped forcing it is when it began to open up. And that's when it happened. But you know what? Just keep relaxing with it. It will get there. Just right now your mind is just jumping in the front of it, but just relax, and it will open up. Let's see. Sherry says that she signed up for the class, but I won't be able to make it. Will you have a recording of the class? Absolutely. So great question again. When you register, if you can't join us live, don't worry, because you will get a recording of the class. So which means is that you can take your time, you can go at your own pace, you can stop it, you can take notes. So absolutely, you will automatically get a recording of the class. And Martha says, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate so much. And again, AMC, so I hope that you were able to register. Yeah, go to her site. It'll be there for sure. Yeah, it is on mediumshelleysanders.com. And I'm going to also type it here in the comments for you so that you can also join us live. Now, I know with Instagram, for some reason, the link doesn't work, but in Facebook, they're so nice. Their links work, so it's much easier to click it and go right to it. And again, it is thirdeyeopening.eventbrite.com. So, yes, you're so welcome, Sherry. So, do you guys have any other questions? So, my purpose and point, I love to teach, and so every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, my goal is just to come on here and just teach you some information, whether it's about psychic or mediumship. Because when I first started out, I didn't have anything like this. I would have loved if someone would have been there to teach and to share, so I wouldn't have been so freaked out to my own experiences and what was happening. So I think with technology and today, it's just really good to share, because I just want you to have the best experience possible. Okay. So I just want to give it like maybe a few more seconds to see if there's anything else that I can answer while you have me. Again, I just thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited to talk with you today. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And I look forward to connecting with you. And I'm really excited about the masterclass. So I look forward to seeing you at the masterclass. So Shanice just shares that, that's so wonderful. Yes. So let's create a community, guys. Let's build it up. Let's get some people in here. So if you know that you currently work with a group and they can absolutely use this information, these spiritual Sundays are free. Turn them on to it so that, we can all do, we can answer our soul's call so we can do what we were born to do so that we can really show up. All right, you're welcome, Tracy. I will see you Wednesday. So, everyone, have a great day. I so appreciate you joining us. Take care, and I will either see you on True Self Tuesday on my Facebook page at Medium Shelley Sanders. Oh, let's see. Paula has one more question before the sign off, guys. She says, do you know of any good meditations for clairaudience? Absolutely. I just recently purchased a download through Amazon Music where those meditations are so powerful. I will put the link into the comments so that you can check it out. And I believe that you can pre-listen to some of the songs prior to purchasing them. Great question. I will be sure to do that. And Martha says, love sharing your videos. Thank you so much, Martha. I appreciate it. Yes, let's do it, guys. So either I will see you on True Self Tuesday or I will see you Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Third Eye Opening Masterclass. All right, guys, take care and have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.